5 suspects now under arrest, meantime, in what the government is calling the biggest digital money laundering scheme in history. Now, the suspects are all from the online currency exchange Liberty Reserve. They're charged with running an underworld digital bank for drug dealers and child pornographers, identity thieves. Liz MacDonald is covering this story for us, and she joins us now. So it's not just this story, Liz. It puts this whole world, this digital, Bitcoin, this whole digital currency world in the crosshairs.
Yeah, that's
what
right,
have you found out?
Yeah, in case anyone has Bitcoins in their virtual wallets, they're going to want to listen up and pay attention to this case very closely. Liberty is being accused of purposely designing their operation to engage in criminal activities, and law enforcement is telling Fox Business there are more Liberty Reserve type business models out there. Here's U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara on the case yesterday.
Liberty Reserve was intentionally created and structured to facilitate criminal activity. It was essentially a black market bank.
So here's the deal, Connell. The problem for law enforcement with virtual currencies is that anybody can set up a similar kind of an account using just their name, their date of birth, and an email address. And take a look at what some of these scamsters were calling their accounts and using to create these bogus accounts. They use the name Russian hacker, or they call themselves hacker account, or Joe Bogus at 123 Fake Main Street, completely made up city, New York, or ATM skimming network for the cocaine. So what this is law enforcement going in a covert operation and making pretend that they were actual customers when they were not. Those names came from law enforcement. So the deal is, talking to law enforcement, they're saying if Al Capone lived today, Connell, that he would be using virtual currencies. So the fear is that there's more Liberty Reserve type operations out there using virtual currencies like Bitcoin. In fact, there are concerns that drug traffickers and the like are, and possibly terrorist financiers are using virtual currencies as well. They're talking about countries including Malaysia, Russia, Vietnam, and Nigeria. Those are the countries they're looking at. I'm going to send it back to you, Connell.
Crazy stuff, right? If Al Capone lived today, he'd be Joe Bogus, apparently. That's the takeaway from Liz MacDonald up in the newsroom today on this virtual currency story. We'll get back to that.